Give me your best. Give me your worst. What do you got?
My best is Brett Rippon, man. Regardless of what it means going forward, the dude was throwing actual dots all over the field tonight, and even the ones that Colin Johnson didn't catch, and he did make some nice catches, but there were a couple that he should have also caught. They were great throws.
Yep.
I mean, give the guy credit, and Brett Rippon's been a backup quarterback in this league. You know, he was pretty successful with the Rams. So this is a guy that knows the system. That's why he's here. Looked very comfortable tonight and made some great throws. So that's my best. My worst, Braggs already hit on it. I don't know what's going on with that field there. It's turf. It's not even real grass, but guys are slipping all night. I don't care about anybody who didn't play in this game. Whatever the reasons were, keep the important players off that field. And that's fine. We'll move on to the next preseason game, because once I saw, and it really started like on the opening kickoff, quite frankly, guys are slipping, not safe. Enough of that.
Yeah, that was concerning. Gregory, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, go a few different ways, but I guess the obvious secondary candidate behind Brett Rippon it's got to be Colin Johnson, right? I mean, he was making all sorts of catches, touchdowns in the end zone, going up, high pointing the ball. He's got size, length. You know, he played a little bit to end last year, so then now he becomes the bubble guy. You know, you already have so many receivers on this roster. You have to be able to make an impact on special teams in order to be one of those 5th, 6th, 7 receivers is kind of pushing it. But he's been flashing a lot at training camp. Now you take that to a preseason game, 3 more to go. If he continues to do that every year, Bears fans always find a way to fall in love with a wide receiver that may or may not make the roster. Typically they don't. They get cut, and then I riot, and then we all are convinced he's going to get picked up by another team. He doesn't, and then he's re-signed to the practice squad.
But you guys are missing Colin Johnson's best play of the night. The tackle he made on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, that was great.
He can make special teams tackles too, and that matters. That legitimately matters.
Yep.
Carman.
So,
Well,
we're doing just best, or are we doing worst as well?
No, give us your worst, Greg.
I jumped on it. I apologize.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Give me your worst.
It's okay. Sometimes I don't like being negative, but today I'm going to point the thumb at me. I've been pointing the finger at all of you who have been wrong in the past, but today I'm pointing the thumb at me.
Okay.
Because I said to play the starters, and then as soon as I saw that field doing what it was doing to the players, I immediately realized just how stupid I really am. I would not want my starters to play on that field with those conditions. So I was wrong. Everyone else that pointed that out was right. The other thing that I said was, as Tyson Bagent came out, I was like, I have no interest in seeing Brett Rippon. Bring in Austin Reed. And then Brett Rippon proceeds to go like 11 of 16 for 3 touchdowns and look great. So the more I open my mouth, the more I realize just how dumb I am. And we are only 3 quarters into this NFL season. So if I keep this up on this trajectory by the end of the year, Mark Carman, I might finally realize that I am the dumbest human being on the face of the earth. I am the worst of my best and worst.
That's even a little too harsh for me with you. So, you know, you're giving great effort, and you've said some brilliant things recently. So, I mean, you might be onto something of what you just said, and it's opposite of the graphics that we're just making here.
Look at classy.
Yeah, that's the.
And Steven, if you could just go ahead and clip the last 45 seconds or whatever, so I can just go back on Twitter and post that as a response to every victory lap tweet this guy had for 48 straight hours. I will actually go in there and individually respond to every single one of his tweets with that 45 seconds.
I didn't see that coming. I actually had a graphic that said not so humble brags. And I just had to go in there and I had to take out the not so, because that completely caught me off guard.
You'd think I'd learned my lesson, but the karma just hit so sweet there.
Mark.
Off the record, the Cubs just scored 3 in the ninth to beat the Cardinals 5-4. Cody Domendo, his life is saved, and I feel good about that for Cody and for Luke and our CHGO Cubs crew. All right, my best tonight, you know, I will point the thumb at me and underline my brilliance. I told you in the pregame show that Khalil Herbert was going to go big. He only got the ball 4 times tonight, but I said he was going to keep running and running and running, and he did 8.8 yards per carry. What was the more interesting battle tonight, as Roshan and Khalil actually went back and forth, you know, splitting reps, who is going to be the second running back. And Herbert, who, again, I'll remind people, led the NFL in yards per carry at 5.7, was awesome again tonight. Hoge, nitpicked him a little bit where he could have picked up his feet and got a couple more yards. But I thought that he hit the hole hard. I thought he hit it quickly, and I thought he looked great. So I'll make Khalil my best. Shout out, by the way, Brett Rippon. Brett Rippon played great. I think he's going to be awesome as a third quarterback and a great guy in the room. Tyson.
Real quick, 8.8 yards per carry for Khalil Herbert, only 4 yards per carry for Roschon Johnson. Not a large sample size. Herbert had 4 carries, Roschon had 6.
No, but there was one key play for Roschon, if we're going to nitpick guys in a preseason game. Short yardage. He got the ball, and he kind of stuttered his way into the hole, didn't pick up the first down, went to fourth down. Bears, that's my worst. False start on fourth down. I know it's the backups, but we've seen it literally every single day in training camp. 1 false start, 10 false starts. This team is a lot better talent-wise, but they're not that great talent-wise that they're going to be able to overcome being a high-functioning, great operation team. And again, backups, not a huge deal, but it did happen tonight on a 4th and 1, on the one drive that Bajan was in there. Then they chose to punt, which was whatever, right decision, first quarter, even a preseason game. That I did not want to see that tonight. I was hoping we wouldn't see that tonight. We did see that tonight, so that was disappointing. I'll throw in one other worst Hoge. Look, again, preseason, right? Get to the quarterback. I would like to have seen whoever was a quarterback, Davis Mills on down for the Texans, be under a little bit more pressure. Did not see enough pressure tonight at all.
Yeah, I think all of that is fair. And good start here.
Austin Booker did get a sack right before the game got rain delayed, or maybe suspended for good. So at least Austin Booker got his first sack. He did right at the end.
And I was watching Austin Booker very closely earlier.
They didn't credit him.
What's that?
They didn't credit him. I must have missed it.
Here, look, Mark. I'll show you. There it is.
Well, regardless, he had some really nice rushes. If you were keen in on him, and I thought that there was one where he kind of got washed out of the play, but for the most part, I thought Austin Booker looked like he belonged. Again, none of the starters are in this game. I want to see Austin Booker go up against Laramie Tunsil at some point in life.
Well, he had an early pressure first quarter that was impressive.
Yep,
he did for his first game in the NFL. Austin Booker,
he kind of puts his head down and then uses his arms and his length, to get that step and then kind of bull rush his way up. I mean, you're gonna have to learn as Corey Wooten always talks about on Bears After Dark. You got to have your counter, and things, but he'll get there. But you see the potential.
We all silly like the mayor.